My hair is messy, my face is whited out from the lighting, and my jaw just cracked, and I need my notes, so hang on a sec. Hi, my name is Maddie, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm a lesbian. Anyways, for this video, I want to tell my coming out story, how I knew I was gay, when, and just how I felt, what happened, all that jazz. So this is how I realized that I am gay. So from when I was a child, actually, there were signs then. I was so young and I didn't know, like, you know, you could have crushes on people of the same sex or gender. I just thought what I was feeling was friendly, or it didn't even cross my mind that, like, oh my god, I have a crush on her. So as early as kindergarten, there was this girl, she was blonde, I thought she was beautiful, this was kindergarten. I remember staring at her from across the playground while she was on the swing set, you know, creepy. Just thinking, wow, she's the prettiest girl in the world. I just wanted to hold hands with her, I wanted to hang out with her, I really wanted to be her friend. That sounds normal, but like obviously when you're in kindergarten, you're not gonna be having like sexual feelings about anyone, you know, you're in kindergarten, that's not what kindergartners do. Also, when I was a child, I remember being really shy around girls I thought were really pretty. I remember being at a restaurant one time, I was really young, like little, probably around 5 years old actually, give or take. We had this waitress and I thought she was beautiful. I remember I thought she looked like Snow White and she looked like a princess, and I was like, oh my god, she's so pretty. And do you know what I did? I hid under the table when she came back. I was so shy around her and around pretty girls. I was just like infatuated with girls. Oh, here's my cat. I love my cat. The next time I really remember being like, about a girl, I was in 4th grade and I had a crush on one of my teachers. In 4th grade, we rotated, like we had like a normal teacher, but then like we rotated for math. Like depending on the level you were in, like there were 3 4th grade teachers, I think. And the teacher I was placed with, I thought she was beautiful. Oh my god. Before we did the whole like rotating classes for math, I really wanted her to be my teacher, and like I loved my 4th grade teacher. She was awesome. I remember her. But I was just like so in awe at the other teacher, and I got her for math. I was like, yes, 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 yes. I really had a crush on her, but like I didn't realize it was a crush. I just remember always thinking like, oh my god, she's so beautiful. I literally never yawned in her class. I think I may have like towards the end of the year, but I remember specifically noticing like, I'm not yawning. I want to pay attention. I really, really like this. It sounds like, oh, you just thought she was pretty, but like looking back, that was a crush. That was a crush. I had a crush on my 4th grade math teacher. I got A's in that class, probably because I paid attention all the time. The feels really started to hit me in 5th grade. I remember there was this girl who had just moved to my school. I always remember seeing her at recess. She would sit by herself, usually under a tree or something, and she would just read. I thought she was gorgeous, first of all, so I was like, oh my god, the new girl's so pretty. But at the same time, I didn't know it was a crush. In recess sometimes, I would see the new girl with some of my friends who I didn't really hang out with much, but I still knew them and we were friendly, whatever. And I'd be like, hey, can I play with you guys? Because I wanted to be close to her. Eventually, we did become friends. We actually became best friends at one point. I actually realized, like later that year when we were best friends, that my feelings for her weren't normal. Fast forward to 6th grade. My crush on this girl finally developed fully, literally until I moved away from California to Missouri. Once I was living in Missouri when I was 14, I didn't really have a crush on anyone when I moved. There were no boys I was interested in. There were no girls I was interested in. At one point, I thought I was asexual. Now, when I was 15, I thought I was straight. I was excited about it. Like, I was like, oh my god, I'm straight. I think I'm straight. I think I'm straight. I think there was a boy that I actually started dating. Everyone said he kind of looked feminine, which may have been a red flag, but I thought he was cute. I mean, it's probably why. What's funny is we only held hands. I've never made out with a boy. I've never done anything more. I am a gold star lesbian, which means that I have never had sex with a boy. Never have, never will. We ended up breaking up in September 2012 due to schedule conflicts. Like, we could just never see each other, so it was fine, whatever. I mean, it sucked, but I got over it pretty fast, honestly, because like a few weeks later, by a few weeks, I mean like 2 weeks, give or take, I started my job at FearFest Haunted House. And for those of you who know me and have subscribed to me, whatever, you guys know that I worked at FearFest for a hot minute, for a few years, from age 16 until I moved away. At FearFest, I got a crush on 2 of my coworkers, and you guessed it, they were girls. Ooh, wait, okay, I had a crush on 3 of my coworkers that were all girls. Woo! And I was just like, feelings, they're back, what is this? But here's the thing, I wasn't uncomfortable by them. I was just like, okay, I like these girls. What now? There's this other girl who I went to school with about a month after FearFest who I started to like. So at this point I was 16 years old and we hung out a few times, and then in December I asked her to be my girlfriend, and well, that was my first girlfriend. Okay, and now here's how I came out to people. So when I was 16 was when I was really like, okay, I'm a lesbian. But like when I was 12, I thought like, I think I'm bi. At age 16, I knew I was not bi. I'm a lesbian. I kept it a secret for a while, and about a month into my relationship with my first girlfriend, my aunt came down to stay with me while my parents were helping my sister move to her new university. She picked me up from school one day. I actually was on the phone with her not long ago. She said she remembers waiting to pick me up from school. She was like looking around, she couldn't see me. There were all these high schoolers walking around, getting on the bus, whatever. And this girl caught her eye. She had fire truck red hair, she was wearing like a black beanie, and my aunt was like, nice. And then fast forward however long, and I was in the car with her, and I was like, I really want to tell her, but I'm scared, but what else, she'll take it. I think she'll take it well, but I don't know, you never know. Once it's out, it's out. While we were at a stoplight, I was like, so, Shelly, do you remember that time you said to me if I told you something you wouldn't tell my parents? And she was like, yeah, unless you're hurting yourself or others. And apparently I was like, well, I don't think I'm hurting myself or others. At this stoplight, I was like, I have a girlfriend. I remember her response. She turned to me and just went, oh, 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 patting my knee and going, oh my God, oh my God. And she was so excited. And having that sort of positive response was very encouraging for me. I was 16 years old. I was terrified to come out to anyone. I didn't want my parents to know, and I had a girlfriend. My sister didn't know, my best friend, like, no one else knew, and I was so scared and I felt so alone. But having my aunt have that kind of response was really cool. It was exactly what I needed. And then I told her my girlfriend has like fire truck bright red hair. My aunt was like, I saw her. I came out to my sister one night while we were at a pizza place having dinner with the family. I was still dating my girlfriend. I remember getting up and going to the other room, and I texted my sister. I just said, hey, I need to tell you something later. Fast forward after dinner, I was driving home with my sister. It was just the 2 of us in her car, and she asked me about it, and I was like, actually, I don't want to tell you anymore. I'm good. So basically, I chickened out, and she was like, Maddie, it's okay, you can tell me. So I did. I told her that I had a girlfriend. Her reaction was really good too. We had a big heart-to-heart about it. She was accepting, said she still loved me. I'm still her sister. Yeah, that went really well, but I was still scared to tell my parents. You see, with my mom, I don't really say I came out of the closet. I say I was pushed out of the closet because, well, I was. So we were in the car coming back from St. Louis one night. It was February, it was near Valentine's Day. I was still dating my girlfriend, and my mom started firing questions at me. And I'm not talking about like, so sweetie, do you like anyone? Do you like any girls? No, these were terrifying questions like, so, your friend, you got her something for Valentine's Day? Yeah, yeah, you know, I got all my friends stuff for Valentine's Day. Oh, okay, so why didn't you get any of your other friends something for Valentine's Day? And why did she get you something? why are you always texting her so much? Why do you hang around her so much? Why do you talk about her so much? Why do you act different around her? Finally, I was crying hysterically and I just told her, Mom, she's my girlfriend. And my mom's response was, Maddie, I know! My mom said that she still loved me, that she accepts me no matter what. She's okay with it, she doesn't judge me. But I was still crying and scared and embarrassed. Yeah, that's how I was pushed out of the closet by my mom. Unfortunately, I actually don't remember coming out to my dad. No, that's really weird. I don't think I ever did come out to him. I think someone else told him. My dad says he remembers my sister telling him, but my sister doesn't remember that at all. She was like, no, I would remember that. So I really don't know how he found out, but he knows and he's okay with it. He still loves me. So yeah, my whole family was good and I'm very fortunate because of that. I was really scared of coming out to my best friend at the time because I remember before we had talked about gay marriage and she said she doesn't agree with it. So I was really scared to tell her and I didn't tell her. I let her find out. So I liked this girl and when I talked about her to my best friend, I used they, them pronouns. So she obviously assumed must be a boy until she met her one night. Now the girl that I liked was kind of boyish, but like she had a feminine face, you know? So I remember when my best friend and I were at my house afterwards, she looked at me and she was like, you know, he really kind of looks like a girl. And I was like, that's because she is a girl. My best friend took it really well. I honestly was scared I was going to lose her. I thought she wouldn't want to have sleepovers anymore, that she'd feel uncomfortable or be like, do you like me? Honestly, I was scared that all my friends would suddenly be like, oh my god, do you like me? I don't want to have a sleepover with you anymore. Oh my god, do you check me out? Besides that one girl in 5th, 6th grade who I liked before we became friends, I have never fallen in like or love or whatever with any of my friends. I just could not see them that way. I hope you guys enjoyed my lesbian coming of age story / coming out story. Thank you for watching, listening, giving me your time, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.
Just put your paws up, 'cause you were born this way, baby.